Meanwhile, at the Hall of Cage.
Well, I'm one of those fortunate people who like my job, sir. Got my first chemistry set when I was 7, blew my eyebrows off. We never saw the cat again. Been into it ever since.
I did a bare 360 triple backflip in front of 22,000 people. It's kind of funny. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh my God, a gun!
Somehow they managed to get every creeping freak in the universe in this one plane.
Coffee and a muffin. Okay, so I need to establish themes. Maybe banana nut. That's a good muffin.
So just quiet down, my little one, and call me Dad.
We get some balloons and go to the puppet show.
Sorry, boss, but there's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me, and the other's not you.
Do it now!
Do it right now.
I said so.
I like all that reminds me of is like when I used to play Diablo 2 all the time, and I'd push the buttons for all the characters, and they would be like, "Time to die, time to die," and just be like all these different people. And I would just spam that button continually.
You spam the Jason button in Diablo?
Yes.
Jason!
Time to die.
Jason!
Time to die.
Oh, I think we get a pretty good bop going with that one. Jason! Time to die. Time to die.
The other joke about that game was always you would play a barbarian who did nothing but shouts, and people would be joking about like, "Can somebody find the barbarian?" And all you can hear is hut, 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 hut. It's like, someone help that man, he's choking.
Someone's having a struggle with a poop in the background.
Yes.
I poop a lot.
Yeah, that's good. You gotta keep it regular.
Yeah, I mean, you
No,
kind of
I have a schedule in the morning.
Yeah.
My alarm goes off at 9. I wake up. From 9 to 9:15 is pooping time.
Yeah,
9:15 to 9:30 is shower time. Then it's off to the shop.
you need a.
At 10 o'clock, it's hammer time.
You need
Oh,
a.
it's always hammer time.
You need a. It's
Can't touch
pooping
this.
time. I have my 10 o'clock meeting every day, so you know.
Well, I used to
Cocaine, heard.
Yeah, totally. We've got that nice mirror in the bathroom, so if anybody that I work with is listening to this is now going to be very suspicious.
I used to have like a midday pooping time when I had a different job because boss makes $1, I make a dime, so you always poop on company time.
Oh,
Exactly.
hell yeah.
But now I am the boss, so I poop before company time because I'm fucking busy.
Me, it's getting some water, chugging it, and then go right on to the bathroom.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you going.
Good old water poops.
Yeah. I mean,
coffee poops.
And so here on Cajun Greatness, we like to say regular. That's all
Yeah.
we're saying.
oh, yeah.
Welcome to Cajun Greatness, the show where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Oh,
That's original. That's copyrighted.
We're
Can't
getting
use
sued.
that.
we're getting another DMC.
So what happens when I hit 100 points?
It doesn't matter. I just said that.
But I want it to matter.
Look, if they didn't crack down on us for using Cult of Personality when Punk came back, and they didn't crack down on us for doing that parody of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, which is not covered under fair use. That's just us taking their music and redoing it. Like it could sort of be a parody because it's impression. Like I'm using the same word. It's a real gray area, right? If they didn't crack down on us for that, or the Cajun karaoke bits that we do.
I was about to say, but that is parody, though. The Ball Stones bit.
Well, we're not parodying them or the song or the content of the song. It's very loose because we're using the same song based purely on the fact that it says impression in the title. So it's not actually a parody. It's more like a pastiche, which is not covered under fair use technically.
It's the baseline is different.
If the song still would have been called like, I don't know, some sort of play on.
Yeah, like if we were making fun of the song itself with our version of the song, we are parodying that.
But we're not Weird Al.
Right. And like Weird Al shit actually, that's a gray area too. Because a lot of times if he, like for the Nirvana song, that was parody. He was parodying Nirvana. The fact that no one can understand their lyrics. But with like Michael Jackson, when he did Eat It, there's nothing about that song, Weird Al's version, that is talking about Michael Jackson. He just took the dude's music. So, again, real gray area.
Use the Vanilla Ice excuse. The baseline was different.
He got sued to shit and back and had to pay a lot of money.
Okay, good point.
And his whole thing was, no, there goes ding, da, ding, da, ding, ding, and our goes ding, 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 da, ding, ding, ting. It's that little ting. That's a quote. That little ting.
And the ting was the change hitting the ground as he was dangling out of a fucking window.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, yeah, no, he got sued to hell and back for that.
He was also haunted by the ghost of Freddie Mercury for forever.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And David Bowie now, too.
Yeah.
I don't watch Fox News.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just watched the History Channel.
I just say shit. You just got to deal with that, Jeremy.
So today on Cage and Greatness, we actually did watch a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yes, we did.
Bringing our average up, you know.
Woo!
I think this is my second time on the podcast that I've been on for a Nicolas Cage movie.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I feel like you have been on more, but for an
Yeah.
actual Cage film.
Yeah.
He was on one of the impression games, which we need to make sure to get him back for the next one. Because it's fun.
How did you like Ken's impression of Shawn Michaels in the last one, by the way? Have you got to that episode?
I haven't gotten to that episode yet.
He had no idea who it was.
That's what you told me, yeah.
Clue.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
I mean, I was still getting through the batteries not included because I loved that movie too when I was a kid. So
I know, right?
It was
You know,
great.
apparently that movie scared me when I was a child, like a baby.
Really?
Like, according to my parents, at least.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching it now. I was like, wow, I was a pussy. Like, what?
Wow. Well, I mean, I got scared by Ernest Scared Stupid, but I was 6, and that troll is fucking terrifying when he's turning kids into wooden statues.
Yeah, that was creepy, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think that creeped me out, too, when I saw it as a kid.
Now it's one of my favorite movies.
Batteries not included, allegedly, scared me, Shim. So, of course, Ernest Scared Stupid probably made me poop my pants.
My childhood fear thing has to be, and this was the weirdest one, we could never figure it out. I was always scared of the giant ass dog at the end of Sesame Street. I just start crying when it come on TV. I don't know why.
I mean, because it's like, I guess maybe it's just not normal. It's like, it's a giant fucking dog. It's terrifying. Like, if you saw Clifford outside in real life, I'd be scared.
Jesus, it's a kaiju dog.
What if he thinks he's a fucking lap dog? You're done.
Oh,
This
yeah.
episode brought to you by the letters P-U-S-S-Y. So, we watched a Nicolas Cage film. We will get to eventually. We watched Honeymoon in Vegas. Now, I have never seen the film proper. I don't think any of us had.
I have not.
I know Jeremy and I mentioned that we both saw like the back 5 minutes when we were super young.
Yep.
But yeah, like, so we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to go around. We're going to give our ratings, a brief, description of what we think of the movie. Then we'll talk about it. It's really, like, as far as plot goes, there's not a lot of plot. But we'll get to it.
I mean, a lot happens.
But
The plot is, tiny, but they stretch that bitch, let me tell you.
It is indecent proposal, but funny. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, Cannon.
Yes.
What did you think of Honeymoon in Vegas?
For my first time seeing this movie, and I mean, the whole, like, when all Elvises popped up, that's when I was like, oh yeah, definitely seen some trailers of this when I was younger. But I actually had a really good time. Like, I laughed a lot more than I thought I would. And like, prior to watching this while I was at work and not having an order at that time, I decided to check out the cast list, and that got my curiosity even higher. And right now, I am sitting at a 3.5.
Nice.
3 shakes and 1/2 roll, mama. Shaking my dick. I love you, Effie. That shit was hilarious. He listens to the show, obviously.
Absolutely. We have a lot of very famous people who enjoy the show. But John Cusack can go fuck himself. As always. You heard us, Cusack. We're calling you out.
God, the shimmy is calling you out.
I'm actually a fan of America's Sweetheart.
He talks
John
shit about
Cusack.
Con Air.
High Fidelity is one of my favorite movies, though.
I really like that Stephen King when he did that Room 13.
Was that 1408?
That's the one, yeah. I like that movie.
That's a solid movie.
Had
Very
Sam
solid.
Jackson in it.
Yeah, he was great. Jeremy, what did you think of Honeymoon in Vegas?
I had a blast, actually. I thought it was a lot of fun. It definitely was like, 90s rom-com with high octane at times, and then just outright hilarity. I'm sitting at probably like a 4, maybe almost like 4.5. I'm probably gonna stick at 4 for the now, but it might change over time. But it was generally a good time. I remember seeing the skydiving sequence like just one day randomly, and I know like most of my older friends have seen it. Have all says they enjoy it. So yeah, I feel really good. I'm probably gonna stick with a 4 right now.
Okay,
nice.
Emilio,
Yes.
what do you think about it?
I'm going to go with Canon, 3.5. This was my first time watching it too, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, especially watching with a group of people. So that for me, I enjoyed it more than I think I would have if I watched it by myself.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these movies, we actually really benefit from watching it with a group. Because if I had watched Ginger Dead Man by myself,
You probably would have been afraid of something.
I would have ignored a lot of it. Like, I would have been on my phone for half of it. But watching with friends is nice. That's the biggest reason I love doing this, because I get to watch movies and talk shit about them with my pals.
There you go.
So as far as Honeymoon in Vegas, I liked it. I enjoyed it very much. There were a couple bits where I was a little cringy, but I mean, it's the '90s, so I'm trying to let that go. There was that bit at the end where, and we'll get to it, but when I don't like Sarah Jessica Parker. I've never appreciated her.
Why? Well, we'll get to that later.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like her and stuff most of the time, like modern things. But that's a preference thing.
That's fair.
That's not like Rebel Wilson, where her very existence just irritates me, or something like that.
Fan of the show, Rebel Wilson. Ex-fan of the show,
Now Rebel Wilson. Do we have to make a list now? Is this going to be kind of like my list of people that I've apparently pissed off? Is this going to be like John Cusack, Rebel Wilson?
No, it's just my list of enemies.
No, it's like Pat
I
already.
am the Eddie Kingston of the podcast.
Pat already has one.
Oh, okay.
For you specifically. He has your list already of people you have.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
He knows.
Please, John Romita Jr., do not find me.
But that being said, she was really good in this.
Yeah.
This is the most I've ever liked Sarah Jessica Parker in stuff. It's like Meg Ryan's the same thing. I don't like many Meg Ryan movies. It's just odd. Like, my dad hated Julia Roberts. He said her mouth was too wide. That was it. That was my father was not a smart or pleasant person.
Was he a fan of Aerosmith?
No, he loved Fleetwood Mac.
He hated fucking Steven Tyler's big fat mouth too, I bet.
I saw some article today about some woman in Guinness Book of World Records having the largest mouth, so he would definitely have despised that woman.
Oh, probably. Well, my father hated just women in general.
Oh, okay.
But I liked Sarah Jessica Parker in this a lot. Nick Cage was really good. His character was kind of they could have gone way darker with it. Like, he was played off as a fuck up, which is good, because the whole scenario is not good. Yeah, no, it's not good at all.
Oh no.
And then James Caan is there, which I thought for the most of the movie he was too light. I was like, he's not a bad enough guy for you to really root against him, considering how much of a fuck up Cage is in this. And then he went full evil James Caan in the last 20 minutes. So there you go, that fixes that. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. I had a good time. I laughed. I enjoyed the visuals. 3.5 stars.
Sick. Fucking awesome.
So here's the plot of the movie. This is the overall story of what happens in the film, and then we'll get into the specifics like we do. Nick Cage has mommy issues and doesn't want to get married. His girlfriend, Sarah Jessica Parker, wants to get married. Their relationship deteriorates in a montage until he agrees to get married. They go to Vegas. James Caan sees Sarah Jessica Parker, looks just like his dead wife, so he orchestrates a crooked card game and suckers in Nick Cage into losing a lot of money so that he can say, well, don't worry about the money, just let me spend a weekend with your girlfriend. And he tries to convince Sarah Jessica Parker to marry him, and he almost succeeds while also using his vast connections to keep Nick Cage away. And then Nick Cage jumps out of an airplane dressed as Elvis and wins Sarah Jessica Parker back. And that is the movie.
The end.
Yeah, and he concedes to the whole trying to get her because he jumped out of a plane.
Right.
He's like, that guy jumped out of a plane. He's probably got a gun on him, too.
Yeah, so that's it. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, that's it. Have a good night.
Let's talk about the opening, 3 minutes. Let's talk about they get like direct with the mommy issues hard.
Yeah.
Like wow. Like that for a second I was like, oh no, what is this? What is going to happen? And then like a really cool animated bit happens, which I've seen that style of animation as an intro for another movie. I just can't remember what the fuck it was. But I mean, not like, the same bit, but the same animation style.
I got a really strong like National Lampoon's vibe from watching that animated bit.
There was a bit of that. Like a lot of 90s movies had that opening animated sort of intro. One of my favorite movies, Brain Donors.
Yeah.
But that was more
Had a
claymation.
That was claymation.
Yeah.
But like it was very like similar sort of animated intros for things.
Yeah.
But it was neat.
But and this part of the movie that you would think would be like a really like somber fucking like sad moment. Like Nick Cage is there with his obvious dying mother, and then what did he say? Like, son, promise me you'll never get married.
Yeah, promise me you'll never get married. No woman could ever love you like I do.
And then I looked at every one of y'all like, what the fuck is happening?
I was also very. I did not enjoy that.
She just goes straight dead eyes, like nothing. Like she just stops moving.
Yeah, just like fucking dead, like stage production theater dead.
Yeah,
right.
And then here's a cartoon.
Now, 30 years later,
it was abrupt.
This is a lot weirder, I think, of an opening than it would have been in the 90s. Because again, you're just coming out of the 80s, where like Revenge of the Nerds, where half of the jokes are sexual assault of some kind. And Porky's, where half of the jokes are sexual assault of some kind. And I could make this joke another like 6 times with 6 different movies, but we get the gist. Things have changed in 30 years because this is the 30th anniversary of the movie. This movie came out in 1992 in August, which is why we have picked it for this.
Oh.
Yeah. 30 years.
Is it because we're just like becoming old fucks? Because this movie looks like it came out in 82. There were bits where I was like, wow, this looks old. I'm old.
Lots and lots of 80s and 90s movies. I can verify that this looks like a mid-80s film.
Yes.
Like what,
I agree.
92, right?
Yeah, this is 90s. Like,
yeah. Your production quality is still going to be late 80s-ish.
Like, it wasn't bad.
Low grade shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, remember, like, Street Fighter came out 2 years after this, and it looks fantastic comparatively.
I know it's got the best visual effect of a boat going invisible ever.
It sure does. That movie's badass. I love it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's jet be damned.
Yeah.
Also, one thing that might have contributed is that this was only available in standard definition.
Bastards.
That-
Is there a
that was-
Blu-ray?
I don't even think so. But like, because think of some of the other movies that came out in the 90s, and a lot of them have much better production quality.
Terminator 2.
So this feels like one of those, like they're using old shit because their budget's nothing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to me, the parachute scene at the end, it looked like it was a made-for-TV movie type of effect.
Yeah, like when Cage and the other guy are both falling.
Right.
I feel like I was waiting on either Bill and Ted from Bogus Journey or Lou Ferrigno as the Incredible Hulk, like falling out of a helicopter next to them.
Right.
From Death of the Incredible Hulk. It was that effect.
You could see the wire on the one, like Elvis, when they were having the talking scene, and he was like, yeah, and he just pulls the cord.
Oh, man. A part of me still kind of appreciates that corny-ass shit, though.
Oh, no, it's super fun. I like I said, the Bill and Ted scene from Bogus Journey where they're falling into hell. Same thing. Black backdrop. They're just both sort of hanging there, waving their arms very unconvincingly.
I'm going to hurt some more feelings.
Okay, go ahead.
I still have not seen those all the way through.
That's fair.
Wow.
I need to.
I've got the DVDs. They're great. I love Bill and Ted.
Yes.
I'm sure I'd enjoy them.
Yeah, no, you'd like the hell out of them. So his mom dies and says, don't marry anybody else because you're my baby boy. And that fucks him up. And everyone just sort of accepts it because 30 years ago, any idea of actual mental health is... Like Sarah Jessica Parker's like, you should see a therapist. He goes, no, I'm fine. I'll work it out.
Well, she even mentions it like later in the movie when she's talking, like the guy's trying to convince her that Cage is like a terrible boyfriend, and she even says like he's got some mental problems.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I guess it turned him into a pretty good private detective, at least.
Yes, no, he's very good at that.
Which, as the movie kept going, completely forgot that's what he did.
Yeah.
Like, it was like...
Considering the whole thing was him trying to get to where James Caan and Sarah Jessica Parker were, and he's just asking around blatantly. Like, that's against what he should have had as detective trait. Like, he's really good at it. and then he just forgets all the shit he knows.
He was blinded by love.
He was that
Yeah,
fucking flustered.
I mean, that's a good explanation. Head canon. We're head canoning Honeymoon in Vegas.
With canon.
Wait, we're trying to get into the head of Nicolas Cage's character at that point.
We here at Cajun Greatness are about fucking dissecting every nook and cranny of the film.
We're just going to
Yes.
John Malkovich.
Every
this
movie
shit.
Yes.
we watch, we are every detail except Raising Arizona. Every movie, we are into that film.
I love Raising Arizona.
We enjoyed it too.
Yeah, we just didn't talk about it much.
No, we've said it several times, and this isn't going to be one of those times. But there are some movies that, aside from us just going, "This was really good, you should watch it," there's not a lot we can do.
Yeah.
Because like this is not a dissect the movie and talk about the themes show. We open.
But I just told them that's what we did.
Yeah.
No.
Like we opened this episode with 10 minutes of talking about our poop. So you get what you get. But this movie was like Raising Arizona. It's a running joke.
Yeah.
Which of course Jeremy knows, having been here from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just he's always been here. He's the caretaker.
So it's your fault too.
I've just what I can't help it, all right. I've been living in the vent for like the last few weeks.
That was a pretty infamous episode too, because that was also the 8 minutes of. We had to edit some of that because that was the Gorilla Grip pussy.
Oh
debacle.
dear God.
Yeah,
It was horrifying.
that was a turning point for the show.
Oh yeah, fuckers, I'm here too. Forgot. Cannon. Sorry, that Cannon guy. You can fucking stand in that Cannon corner for a second. I'm gonna fucking hang out. Hey, what's up, Emilio?
Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Man, I'm just fucking. It's hot. I'm still delivering mail.
Sorry we couldn't talk
Mail
during the
never
movie, buddy.
fucking ends. Newman had it right. I swear to God.
Hey, Frank, you remember when you bitched about the Raising Arizona episode on Facebook, and we have used that to make fun of you since then?
No, I don't recall that at all. Gaslight me, motherfucker.
I'm going to use this can of Raid to get rid of you, sir.
Oh shit! Sorry. Fuck you. Okay, you take the shit back. God damn it, man! The hair. Fuck. Okay.
He has no feelings for that.
I love this show. So Nicolas Cage is crazy, and he's finally like, "Let's go get married." So they go to Vegas. James Caan is a professional gambler, has connections, apparently an unpleasant person. Pretty much just James Caan. He's James Caan, exactly what you expect James Caan to be in a 90s romantic movie.
Loved in Hawaii though.
He grabbed Monk by the balls.
Yeah, poor Tony Shalhoub.
Man.
So he sees Sarah Jessica Parker, and she looks exactly like his dead wife, because his dead wife in the flashback is played by Sarah Jessica Parker, which is very
Was
helpful.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I couldn't fucking tell.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was
that was a
fuchsia, and there was a wig, and she was looking off to the side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was totally
we
her.
got that side profile. Get that foot face.
It's like I thought that's what they were doing, but even I couldn't clock it. I was like, "What's that?"
Also, big giant sunglasses. Like, it wasn't super clear. They were trying to make it like, well, she's very similar. It was just her.
For a second, I mean, I knew there was like him thinking about his wife in his head, but I didn't catch that at first. I was like, "Why did this fucking movie get black and white all of a sudden?" It's like I'm not complaining, but just like give me a warning. Looking at you, Love and Thunder. That wasn't why the movie sucked. I'm just sorry.
I've actually sold several copies of that arc of Thor the past couple weeks to people who came in and said, I didn't much like the movie. Well, here, you want to try this instead. And I sell them the book. And they've come back and like, that was so much better. Why did they do that? I know. Why did they just do that?
It's okay. Just calm down.
No.
It's for the children.
James Caan sees Sarah Jessica Parker's like, this is a sign from above.
Yeah.
Like 7 floors above. Tony Shalhoub got me in penthouse A. So I'm gonna do what I have to do to get with this girl. And so he organizes a back alley card game and invites Cage to, and just sort of suckers him in to the point where Cage owes him $65,000.
Yeah.
Now this was my biggest sticking point with the logic of this film. It's a private game. What's to stop Nicolas Cage from going to marry Sarah Jessica Parker, getting on a plane, and just fucking bailing? Aside from like they intimated there was mob connection, like, oh, you could get hurt physically. But like that's not really the case. Like it's not. He didn't know the casino money. It was all just chips. It was all just chips that were given to him by James Caan. It was just James Caan intimidating him into being like, you owe me money. But James Caan's not that damn intimidating in this movie. Like they wrestle later on, and Cage is winning.
That was something that like I wrote that in my notes. Is like he technically borrowed money from the man he owes money to in a game where no one actually put money up.
Yes, there's nothing at all keeping him there, owing anybody anything. Like it's absolutely just to move the plot forward.
Yeah.
I have a strange theory on that.
Huh.
If we want to go ahead and go there.
Absolutely.
Well, we jump around. That's what we do.
around.
If we remember, he sets up these back alley games. At the end of the movie, he's just like, let him go. He jumped out of a plane. It's over. Set up another game. Does he do this all the time?
Yeah, they say he's a professional gambler, and he seemed to know the other guys that were in there.
Yeah, but no, I'm not talking about the game. I'm assuming like him just like spotting someone that reminds him of his wife. And just continues to do that.
No, I think that was just him. I think that was to show that he's giving up. He's just getting back to his gambler lifestyle.
Yes, he like takes insurance policy out on the woman and lets her die, and then collects it.
This is where I I think I feel like it worked that he didn't seem menacing. I mean, at least to Cage, he seemed menacing.
Yeah.
But then like when he was with Sarah Jessica Parker, he's got his eye on the prize. He's going to charm his way there, and fucking he basically succeeds at one point. And then, later on, when, he's about to, I guess, lose her or whatever, and then that's when, Captain Dickhead comes out. And just be like, hey, man. Now, I mean, I do agree, though. I feel like if they wanted to hammer it home, I'm not saying he could have been a little more menacing, maybe. I mean, he was like just like grabbing her and like manhandling her. Was like, hey, whoa, and like nobody's just stopping him. I guess he has like that much like stake again. Like,
and it was the '90s.
And it was the '90s.
Yeah,
yes. Everyone fucking loves him in where were they? Hawaii, yeah. And they even said like he's a good guy. Everyone loves him here.
I just like not with her because he's trying to convince her to marry him, and when she starts backing out, he sees that it's almost done. That's when he gets mean with her.
Yeah,
I just felt like there should have been more evil throughout just a couple sprinkles here and there, because there are a bunch of times where he's clearly like manipulating things, but it doesn't feel menacing. Like the most menacing it gets up until that last bit is when he starts lying to her. Like, no, he offered you up, and it was just $3,000. It was crazy. But even that's just lying compared to like throwing her around and threatening her with like nobody says no to whatever his name was.
Tommy Corbin.
That's the one. Corbin. Nobody says no to James Caan. Like this,
he was just a sociopath.
Yeah, I just feel like that could have been shown a bit more here and there. Like the opening scene with him grabbing Tony Shalhoub by the balls and squeezing because the president of Brazil is in the penthouse he wanted. More of that. One or two things like that throughout the rest of the movie
to remind you.
More sack squishing. Yeah, more sack squishing. Yeah. Just all the time.
Like even just one guy being like Mr. Corman, I'll get you the money I owe you soon, and then he like has him beaten up or something.
Well, like they have that scene where he's like at the pool, and then he's talking to the pool guy, and he just tells him something about like, the sun kills people, and then gives him money and sends him on his way. And it's like, I can't tell if you're being a dick or if you're just being nice, because I don't know what you just tipped that guy.
Yeah, well, because like he's sad about his wife, so that instantly gets you sympathy. But this is essentially the bad guy of the movie.
Yeah.
So like it should have been more that his wife left him 30 years ago or whatever it was, instead of died of skin cancer. So I don't know. It was just that was odd. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was from a few previous drafts of the script.
How far away are we removed from like the Godfather movies?
This is 92. When were the Godfather movies?
Earlier 80s, late 70s.
I'm gonna hot take this. I never liked any of those movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious if maybe it's like he's trying to go for like mobster, and they're like, hopefully in this time period, people are still just like, oh, this guy's a monster. He might kill someone.
I'm going to look at his filmography. Somebody else say stuff.
Wasn't he in The Godfather?
James Caan, I think he was.
Well, I meant like in terms of like what's around this, to see like the trajectory of his career.
I was wondering. I say there's probably that in like Scarface is somewhere in the 90s.
No, Scarface was 83.
83. Okay.
Shaman, let me tell you.
He had just come out of. Wow, a lot of these are not good.
When was Miller's Cross?
Godfather Part 2 was 74, so this is
Oh,
okay,
near
so we
20
are-
years later.
That's older than I thought.
So he's like Rollerball, and
The one with Shane McMahon?
yep, that's the one.
No.
Miller's
Like 2 years before this, he was in Dick Tracy,
That
Right.
movie fucking rules.
and then
I
he,
like
was,
that
he was
movie.
also in Misery.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still have not seen Misery.
I never
and so-
either.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's not that he was like typecast at this point.
I'm just curious if there might be like any like mobster films around the time that people that was like maybe that's what they were trying to go for. It's like he's just. But throughout the movie, I kept having this thought of if they remade this movie today, they would totally just make him some like tech billionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
So
When did Indecent Proposal come out?
I don't know. I'm looking at
Like, I've never seen that movie, but I mean, I know the bit of that movie.
Right. It was like
the
mid
very
90s.
next year, actually.
Oh.
Holy shit, this was before?
Yeah.
Wowzer, Bowser.
it was a.
Suck it, Woody Harrelson. I'm kidding.
I know in some of the homework stuff I was doing, like for
he
the
in
movie,
that?
I wrote like the stuff that came out like around that same time was like Unforgiven, A League of Their Own, Three Ninjas, Sister Act, and Batman Returns.
Fuck yeah.
Movies that came out that same weekend included Pet Sematary 2, Twin Peaks Fire Walks with Me, and Freddy as FR07.
What?
Which I have no idea what that is.
Yo, do you know A League of Their Own is a show now?
Yeah.
They're making a show.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I love that movie.
Like I said, the guy who
I watched it last
wrote
week.
and directed Honeymoon in Vegas is Andrew Bergman. He did the original screenplay that became Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mel Brooks people in this movie.
He also did Fletch with Chevy Chase. What else? He's freshman.
I have that and haven't seen it.
What? I like Fletch.
It has like it came in, I saw it at a fucking like it's like at a flea market. It came in like a clamshell case, but it was a Blu-ray.
He went on to do Striptease.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Ah.
And I think that was his last movie.
Yeah, because Frankenstein's monster was in this, and the Elvis was one of the guys in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that Elvis was.
Which one?
The one that was talking, the one that was like
On the
giving
plane,
him
you mean?
Roy Bacon. that was Burton Gillum.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the lead flying Elvis. He was from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also
That's where I
Peter
saw him.
Boyle, Chief Orman. The young
God. This movie had so much Elvis in it.
Oh, yeah.
that little Elvis was actually Bruno Mars.
I know.
shit.
For real? Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Oh
that
my
was
god!
Bruno Mars.
Like I freaked out because I looked up the cast list and I was like, "Wait a minute, fucking Bruno Mars is in this? No way!"
I was just making the joke. It looked like him.
was
And I'm like,
him.
holy
That
shit.
was
Then he's
legit
like,
him.
Mark.
The other Mel Brooks connection was the woman that played Nicolas Cage's mom. She was married to Mel Brooks at one point.
I thought you were going to say actually married to Nicolas Cage. Like, wow, that makes sense.
No, but, I mean, Cage did marry a Presley after this movie.
Yeah, he
I know.
Yeah.
He got the best fucking memorabilia he could fucking get, I suppose. That's weird.
And then she said, give up all your Superman stuff for Scientology. And he said, fuck that shit.
I mean, I love my boy Conrad Thompson, but he kind of did the same thing, and he like married into the Flair family.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He married one of his favorite wrestler daughters.
The other Mel Brooks
I love
thing
you,
that I know is
Conrad.
Cage's office when he's a private eye is on the same floor as the producers.
Oh, that's fun.
And Sarah Jessica Parker is married to Matthew Broderick, who was in the remake of the producers.
Yeah. And who also killed two people
Oh
on
my,
Irish Road.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes, that happened.
Oh, you don't
know that?
know
I don't know this one. Come
Really?
on.
It was a car wreck.
Oh.
He doesn't remember what happened, but he walked away, and the other two people in the other car did not.
So he's a sleeper agent.
Could be.
Okay.
Yes, he's the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah. His programming kicked in.
Manchurian Candidate, yeah.
Yeah.
Fully, yeah.
Yeah, he's just the musical Manchurian Candidate.
Right.
It's a great idea for a movie.
So anyway,
I hate everything about this.
so yeah, where did we leave off?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think.
Right. You know, I never liked that movie either.
James Caan.
What
is
fucking do you like, Shim? Goddamn.
I like a lot of things. I like Honeymoon in Vegas.
You do.
Look at everything we reviewed. I like it. Most of these things I like more than everybody else on the damn show.
Hey, I'm the one that has the highest rating right now.
I'm just saying, it is a running joke that my ratings are usually at least a point higher than everybody else's.
Oh, man.
We were talking about the bad guy's not so menacing.
No, he was not menacing.
No, James Caan was not that menacing till like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then he got real menacing.
throwing out millions of dollars.
She embarrassed him on the floor.
Yeah. Nobody touch your back on Tommy Corman.
It's like, everyone's literally doing that to you right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like he said, look, I'll give you $1 million. Mary, if you don't like it, you don't like Mary, you're fine. You keep the money. It's a win-win. But he got real desperate. And I got the sense at that point, like, there was no $1 million, and if she tried to leave, that she'd be under that casino.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's when Nicolas Cage jumped out of a plane dressed as Elvis. He had a parachute.
He's just like, no one embarrasses me. It's like, sir, who's watching you? Everybody is currently on slot machines trying to win money.
I own Vegas.
I guess.
It's Vegas City, baby. I don't know.
He's obviously late for a Siskel and Ebert show.
I'm going to talk about, like, he's like, hey, you owe me $65,000. But, I just want a weekend with your girlfriend. That's it. And then it's like how they're going to have dinner and a show. And then he's like, casually, hey, I'm going to take you to Hawaii. What?
She went along with that real easy.
I mean, she thought about it, but then it's look. This whole fucking movie's fucked in hindsight. Like, what about the bit like when she finds out the initial plan from her boyfriend, and then she's literally screaming in the lobby of the hotel?
Oh, God.
You turned me into a whore
in front of children.
She did sound like a country bumpkin when she said
in front of the children.
In front of an arcade. Holy kid.
That was fun.
What are fucking kids doing in Vegas? They're not old enough to be there.
That was an arcade.
It was an arcade, yeah.
You got to start them somewhere.
Most casinos do have arcades, and here's why. And I know this from personal experience. Like the Silver Star Casino over in Mississippi, I spent a lot of time there because my dad had a gambling problem. So he would take us over, and he would give me like $100 in quarters, and just dump me in the arcade, and said, "Whenever you get tired, go up to the room. You'll be fine." I was like, "Sure, pops, thanks."
Yeah, that was my 21st birthday. My parents took me to gambling. They were like, "Here's $350." And at the end of the trip, everybody was like, "How much did you make?" And I was like, "I still have $150." Like, how? I went to the arcade.
I mean, that's shitty, but could you imagine the damage $100 at Dave & Buster's would do? You could fucking do some damage.
Well, the only bad thing is like the Silver Star Arcade was about the size of your basement. Mm-hmm. Like, not a lot.
It had a DDR machine in it.
It did have a DDR machine. I used to be really good at DDR.
It was big enough for that. It was the only game they had. DDR.
There was that one thing was called Cruisin' World. It was purple.
It had like DDR and like Mortal Kombat 4.
Yeah. Like it wasn't bad. Like I would go in the arcade and my mom would be in the room drinking heavily and dad would be losing money.
Man, that's a great family vacation.
Oh, it was just wonderful. See that? Like I don't have a lot of my family's vices, right? I don't take anything stronger than fucking Tylenol PM, and I don't like. It gives me nightmares. But I have a gambling problem. Like I cannot go to the casino because I think I'm smarter than everybody else and that I know the odds better. And even though I know like half of my brain's like, don't do that, the other half is like, but if you do that, imagine what could happen.
You're Cage in this movie.
Yeah, like I absolutely understand how that happened. Like 100%. Like you've got it's a fucking straight flush.
Yeah,
like
no brainer.
Statistically, yes, you absolutely go all in on that. Like,
he had a straighter flush though.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are the odds
of that? There had to have been a draft where James Caan clearly cheated.
Yeah,
like he had to have cheated. But so yeah, I don't. That's why I don't go to casinos. I want to go to the casinos. I think I do really well at the casinos, but I also think I do pretty bad at the casinos. Because
I remember that night with you in the quarter machine.
Yeah, well, I came away $20 extra from that. So,
I've only been to one, but I do enjoy the beer they keep bringing me. I just stuck to the penny slots.
Well, that's part of it. They keep bringing you alcohol, and they pump oxygen into the room to keep you awake, so you gamble more.
I want to suck on the roof.
That's why they'll comp hotel rooms and shit and buffets because that's nothing compared to the money that some of these people lose. And I knew I had a problem on my senior trip. It was a cruise, and some of the guys there, because it was a Christian school. and I was the only one who had lived anything other than a sheltered Southern Baptist life. So like I knew what I was doing. I'd been playing cards with my dad and his car salesman buddy since I was 11. And I always won because they were drunk and I'm smart and they were dumb. But like a couple of the chaperones and some of the schoolmates I had were playing penny poker. And they asked me, like a guy named Tom said, "Hey, Snipes, you want to play? I know you like poker." So yeah, like, what was that, penny poker? Like, yeah, we just, penny is like, okay, well, call me when the buy-in's $20 because I don't play for less than that. And I walked away and I'm like, I wasn't joking just then. I might have a problem. And then there was a casino on the ship.
Oh, God.
And the main chaperone, Hunter, I was like, Hunter, let me go in there. I'm old enough. I can go in there. I'm old enough to go in there. And he's like, don't do it. If you do that, I'm going to hurt you. I'm like, Hunter, that's smart. I appreciate you looking out for me. But look, I could come back. Like we could go buy like a whole bunch of Coca-Cola and like, do you want a new shirt? I'll get you a shirt. Just give me $20 and let me go. If you go, I'm going to hurt you. I'll slap you on your sunburn again. I was like, but I'm already bleeding, Hunter, because this is like day 12, and we're on the equator, and they don't let you wear shirts in the pool, and sunscreen doesn't help me. I'm pale as fuck. So I have burned and peeled and burned and peeled and burned and peeled and then bled and burned and peeled. Ow. Like, and he and I both just the same way. So like, there was one point we're slapping each other because we're mad. Because again, he was like the assistant principal of the school, but we was never he was my best friend in that stupid school. He's still one of my favorite people in the world.
He paddled you, didn't he?
No, like
No, he just sunburn slapped him continually.
I never got paddled. I was a good noodle.
Shit, I got my ass whooped in school.
I got threatened. I never did get the paddling.
No, there was one point he said something smart. Like, because we just back and forth. He said smarted off, and I was like, oh, fine. And I popped him on his back. And he's like,
Oh, no.
and I know it's exactly what's going to happen. So I just pull my shirt tight, turn around, and go, just make it quick. And he's like, hard as he can. And so another guy comes in the room and just sees us both just, he goes, what's wrong? And at the same time, we both scream, get out! So that's why I don't gamble.
Because it gives me sunburn.
PTSD.
You hear the sound of dice hitting a table, and you're just like,
Oh.
So never go to a back room poker game.
Well, y'all shouldn't take me to a casino in general.
Also, never
idea.
Never have apparently don't ever accept a straight flush with a jack high.
No, you always. They were right. It was unbeatable. James Caan cheated.
So I got a better idea. Don't offer your girlfriend as a fucking prize.
He did. Technically, he didn't offer it.
Exactly.
Yeah, technically,
Well, he didn't offer it, but still, they could. I mean, I know they had to move the plot forward, but Jimmy did say, hey, they could just fucked off.
Yeah.
That would have made an interesting movie. Made it like a fucking hunt movie.
Yeah, no, like this movie could easily be
Ooh,
remade as like a horror film.
Just like a suspense.
Hollywood, you better pay us if you fucking take this shit.
Look, they're just going to remake it. They're going to make him a tech billionaire, and then it'll just be that.
Oh,
It just
God.
ties into the Van Damme movie Hard Target.
There you go.
I saw the sequel to that at fucking Replays.
Oh no,
There's a sequel to Hard Target.
Fucking apparently starring your boy.
which boy was that?
He had that great quote. I don't know what I'm going to be in next, but I guarantee you it has a 2 or 3.
Scott Adkins.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's the star.
Yeah. He's done so many Van Damme sequels. I love that guy though. He's good at what he does.
Yeah, he is good.
It's going to be like, what was it today? I figured out that there were 4 Dirty Harry sequels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I've seen none of those movies.
We were playing the box office game, and I just typed in Dirty Harry 2, and then it like gave me their movie name. I was like, I had no idea. Dirty Harry 3. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You want something to blow your mind? There's actually 7 Smokey and the Bandit movies.
No,
Yeah.
7?
I swear to God, it's at Barnes & Noble. They had it on DVD.
I thought there were only
7.
3.
There were, but they
Where
made
the
more.
fuck did they make the other 4?
Well, you remember there was a Dukes of Hazzard sequel to the Johnny Knoxville, Sean
Yeah.
William Scott one?
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it.
It was terrible.
But no, they've got like 7 total.
And you know they made a 5th Rocky back in the 80s? It was terrible.
Have you seen that TikTok where somebody actually found a VHS set of the first 5 Rocky movies?
Oh.
2 and 5 are still wrapped.
That's not... Like, I had friends in high school who'd never seen Rocky, and they wanted to see Rocky. I was the only one who owned Rocky. So I was like, okay, look, we're short on time. We'll do 1, 3, and 4. because 2 is essentially the same movie except he wins.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to know. So we watch 1, 3, and 4. And everybody's like 4 is everybody's favorite because
Spoilers for Rocky around. Spoilers for this 10,000-year-old movie.
Yeah.
So Stallone is fucking pissed about right now.
I'd be mad too.
He wants his baby back.
He wrote those movies, and the studio wanted the first Rocky. They wanted to buy the script and then have James Caan play Rocky.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Stallone said, "I will bury this script in the backyard before I let anybody else play fucking Rocky."
I wouldn't try and get in Stallone's backyard. He'd kill you.
He's expendable.
And so now the
yeah.
producers of Rocky have a lot of the rights. So they're making a Drago sequel. And Stallone's like, "I didn't want you to do that. That's my shit." And they're like, "Fuck you." And then Dolph Lundgren's like, "Hang on, I didn't know this. They just wanted me. They gave me money. I'm just going to stay back here until this gets worked out. Bye-bye."
You guys talk this out. I'm going to go, I don't know, fishing.
Yeah. I love money. I love Stallone. I'll be over here. Can't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him for being upset about it.
Yeah. So Nicolas Cage lands
In Hawaii.
Oh, and what about Sarah Jessica Parker? Now, I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know what the beaches are like, but she couldn't hear Nicolas Cage screaming at her. But
having been next to loud oceans before, that from that distance, yeah. I can see
okay,
that.
but she could hear James Caan having a normal conversation like we are right now.
Well, it's because he was right there next. She was listening for it.
Okay. I guess, but it's still...
If you're next to really loud noise and you're not expecting to hear someone shouting at you,
That's true.
versus someone right next to you you're straining to hear.
It just took me out for a little bit, and then they had a normal conversation in front of the whole crowd at the end.
Yeah.
Basically, so it's like your hearing's weird.
Well, that's just for the movies.
I mean, like in real life, like it'd be like people just fucking just noise everywhere.
Everybody just being T-Pain. What?
Everybody's just lip
That's Little
syncing.
John.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's true. You are right.
That's Little John. T-Pain is auto-tune.
Oh, yeah.
I love T-Pain.
T-Pain's a funny guy.
Yes. He's also a huge Tekken fan.
It doesn't need fucking auto tune.
No.
Son of a
good.
bitch. I get that it sells, but he doesn't fucking
need it.
He's a phenomenal singer.
I watched a Netflix, because again, we've talked about the movie. So I watched a Netflix.
It's just talking time now.
talking about T-Pain now? Frank, shut up!
At this point,
There's a Netflix show about pop music.
Yeah.
And there's an episode on autotune. T-Pain, when he heard that Cher song "Believe," he was like, he was already in music. He was like, I have to find out what's doing that, because that's amazing. That'll set me apart, and I love the sound it makes. And he's still got to make all the beats. He's got to do the lyrics and shit. He just uses the autotune to give it sound. And then Usher, who is well known to be a jackass, like called him up on a plane once. Like they were both on the same plane, and he called T-Pain forward and said, "Man, you ruin music for real singers." And like T-Pain spiraled into depression and shit because Usher's a prick. Because they were friends until then. Usher's just like being a piece of shit.
Thanks, Usher. You gave us Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
we didn't need that.
T-Pain did he bought every program he could find. He got cracked versions from every friend he had until he found the right one to make that Cher noise, and that's when he started doing his stuff.
Nice.
And then he did that Tiny Desk concert for NPR, and everyone's like, "Wow, he can sing!" And he said he was super insulted by that. Like, yeah, of course I can. Like, why are you all surprised? But he's very much at peace now with what he does, and he's like, I like what I do, and I make money at it. So fuck the haters.
Can't hate him, yeah.
He was on the Masked Singer too.
Yeah, he was funny about that. That season, I had to bite my tongue in half because Ken and Eli both were watching it, and I'm like, I hear the monster sing that first episode. It was T-Pain. I'm like, that's fucking T-Pain. Because I love that NPR Tiny Desk. I'd listen to it 100 times.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts, I'm like, that's T-Pain right there. And I'm like, hey, have you guys watched it? Yeah. Like, who do you think that is? Oh, it's T-Pain.
I didn't clock it until the very last fucking episode. The I can do this anywhere, like on a boat, and I was like, that's and then somebody in the background was wearing the hat. I was like, is that fucking T-Pain?
Yeah,
And it was, and I was yeah.
I love the fact that they actually had Toys R Us back when they were a thing. Rest in peace, Toys R Us.
What? What's that? No one remembers
you
that.
shut up,
It was
dumbass.
only
Halloween,
forever.
right, that one.
It was the same thing when Daughtry was on.
It's the Spirit
As
Halloween
Masked
now.
Singer.
No, Toys R Us actually had one of the microphones that were like T-Pain microphones.
There's an app you can get,
And you can-
like a T-Pain sponsored app.
Nice.
To make your it's like $100.
Oh wow.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did I hear you say Daughtry was on The Masked Singer?
Uh-huh.
I thought the point of that show was to bring people on you wouldn't think could fucking sing. Daughtry has always been able to sing.
It's half and half. It's more like people who want to revitalize their careers.
Yeah.
Daughtry was great though.
I mean, yeah.
Do you know he's a comic book artist too?
Really?
He's done some variant covers for DC. He's very good.
I know he played fucking Hugo Strange in a Bat in the Sun joint.
Oh, he is super
nice. Yeah.
duper nerdy. Love Daughtry.
He looked the part really well. Grew his beard all gnarly.
I believe
Yeah.
that.
And
I can see
after
that.
American Idol, Fuel offered him the position of lead singer because his big song during his season was Hemorrhage.
Yeah.
And he was like, I appreciate it, but I want to be my own thing. And that was smart. That was smart of him because his own thing was much better than a Fuel revival.
That debut album was solid. I really enjoyed
I like
it.
all of his stuff. He's very good.
Second album wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
I guess fell off. I didn't even know he kept making CDs after that, to be honest. Apparently not. He showed up on The Masked Goddamn Singer. The man is talented. What the fuck? You got Rudy Giuliani on there? Fuck you.
He's probably melting underneath the suit.
Yeah. Well, we can hope. So Nicolas Cage lands in the middle of Las Vegas. Not gonna lie, that's my favorite thing to do, and I want to make sure everyone knows that's not like a hard cut. There's no editing there. That's just a beat of silence, and then Nicolas Cage, and it makes me laugh every time.
So now second, I know technically this was before Con Air, but now second of film with Nick Cage in a plane over Las Vegas.
Yeah, there are a lot of repeats in his filmography that you wouldn't expect. Like certain things, because he also did
Con Air 2,
Leaving Las Vegas.
Con Air
Yeah.
3.
So he's in Vegas.
Yeah,
Like several
leaving
times.
Las Vegas.
Can we just mash all three of those movies together and make some kind of like weird amalgam film?
Is 8mm in Vegas? I haven't
think
seen
so.
it, but is it in
I
Vegas?
think it's in Los
I think
Angeles.
Snake Eyes is.
Oh, yeah,
Snake
that's
Snake
what I'm
Eyes,
thinking.
yeah.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah. The 8mm, I watched that when I was way too fucking young to watch.
Yeah.
I hear that was
Yeah.
rough.
It
was.
It was difficult. I did not have a good time after. I was like 11, and that movie's fucked.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to that episode.
That was a HBO Saturday night movie, and it's just like,
Oh yeah.
Like 2M.
oh no, that was like a Saturday night thing for me and my mom was watch the HBO Saturday night movie because that's how I also got scarred off watching Event Horizon.
Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see.
You need to shut up.
Man,
That movie ruined me on Sam Neill, and I love that man because I love Alan Grant so much.
I am pissed I missed out on that fucking steelbook that just came out for that movie. It was an anniversary edition. I've still never seen it.
Oh,
Like, it's one of those things, like, a lot of people who saw it when they were young hype it up super hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up to that level, but it holds up.
oh yeah.
It's like practical effects. I heard is fucking gnarly.
Oh,
as
no, it's,
shit.
it's really good. It's fucked up, and it's pretty scary. I also watched Sphere around that time, that Dustin Hoffman one.
Yep.
I wanted to like that one a lot more than I did, but I thought it didn't go far enough.
That one had Ed Norton in it, didn't it? Or wait, or am I
Samuel L.
thinking-
Jackson
Oh yeah.
and
I was thinking of the Mark Wahlberg
Dustin
one,
Hoffman.
Reese Witherspoon.
I'm thinking of something else then.
No, you're thinking of Fear. Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah,
I thought-
no.
That's what I thought he said.
no, it's
No.
Sphere.
Fear.
Oh, fuck.
Sphere.
Never mind. I thought
Oh,
he
I'm
said
sorry. I thought
Fear.
you said
Never
Fear.
mind.
My bad.
Yeah, no, Sphere.
Yeah.
Turn on the fucking subtitles. Shit.
Good night, everybody.
Now I remember Sphere. Oh god.
Yeah, like I like that one a lot. I just it felt like it was too restrained.
And then, like, was it a few years later they got that one, like the Cube or whatever, with that like
Cube. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, there's like 6 Cube movies.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's man.
Been together.
No, I guess I got something I can work on now.
So what does Nicolas Cage do again,
Yeah.
Jimmy?
He lands in Vegas. He finds Sarah Jessica Parker. They reunite, and she's like, "I was an idiot," and he's like, "I jumped out of a plane," and then they get married, and everyone's happy.
And all of the Elvises are there to witness it, and it's fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
A few of them
Yeah.
are crying. It's hilarious.
I love Nicolas Cage's friend that he's like his bookie / dentist that he keeps calling.
Yeah.
Those bits were just hilarious.
They were fun.
They're like, I need money. Oh yeah? Oh, you owe money to that guy? Hey, he owes money to that guy. And then our guy's like, with the tubes, they're like,
The guy Fuck. And then as Cherry makes the sign of the cross, all that.
I love
So
that.
I'd say I just did it. And I pulled a Wenzel and did a visual bit on the fucking podcast.
And he's got the 3
Sorry,
TVs
Wizzle.
behind him with the sports games on because he's also a bookie apparently.
Yep. That's pretty accurate. I
Dennis
knew
got
a
to
few
make bank
bookies.
too.
Yeah.
Again, my dad had a gambling problem.
Oh, yeah.
I knew several bookies.
Well, so did you know a dentist bookie though?
No.
Okay.
No, there was an old British guy.
Oh, okay.
He was a bookie. His name was Willie.
Willie the British bookie guy.
He honestly.
That wasn't even
You
British
remember,
accent.
you remember Snatch?
Yeah.
The one with the glasses.
Oh yeah, the bad guy.
Right. Looked a lot like him, actually.
That's terrifying
Yeah, no, in hindsight, yes, it wasn't fun.
because that guy in that movie actually scares me.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nicolas Cage lands in Las Vegas.
Fucking liar.
So you said like Cage has done a lot of movies in like Vegas.
Yeah.
So why they need to make like an Ocean's movie, but it's all the characters that Nicolas Cage has played in Vegas, and just have him play all of them.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I really like the soundtrack too. I like it.
Oh yeah, definitely the Elvis
Like,
songs.
there's a lot of backlash these days because of that terrible movie and because Elvis was not a good person. He wasn't for the time he was okay. Like now he's not a good person. But I love the music. It's really good. Mm-hmm. It's fucking Elvis.
shaking his dick.
They had a lot of like needle drops in it too, like when he went to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like somebody literally like paused the song. It was like, fuck, what was it? Jailhouse Rock. It was playing, and then it stopped. It cut to Sarah Jessica Parker and James Caan, and then it goes back to Cage, and it's like, play it back, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow. That's,
Well, there were a couple times like doors would close on beat,
Yep.
which I thought was neat.
oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it was the music was really integrated well.
Yeah. It was just a really fun movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Again, I'm just glad to watch it with the group.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, we were happy to have you.
No, I'm glad y'all invited me. But no, in general, I think it was more enjoyable that way for sure.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Good time. I mean, like, I talk shit, but I talk shit on a lot of shit that I love, and I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah,
Like, I was just kept like flip flopping in my head. I could have easily given it a 4.
yeah. Like I'd have to rewatch it, but I could bump it up. I think.
This is totally something. This is like a fucking like a Sunday lazy day afternoon movie.
Yeah,
It's a comedy film.
Yeah.
And like Justin said, Sarah Jessica Parker was enjoyable in this. So I'm just like,
See, I'm struggling to think of anything else that she's in outside of Sex and the City.
Do right.
Flight of the Navigator.
Which one?
Flight of the Navigator.
That's the thing, because I was thinking too. Other than like the very few like episodes of Sex and the City that I would like, flip back and forth when I was a kid for obvious reasons.
She's actually been in a lot of stuff.
You just like watching the city.
I guess I just.
I like watching the boobs that were in the city when I was a child.
I remember the show coming on. Like I remember seeing all the commercials for it and just being like very. I was just like, okay, yeah.
But after watching this movie, I really don't. I mean, like Mars Attacks, I know I've seen that.
Yeah.
She was in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I'm gonna watch Hocus Pocus too.
Failure to Launch with Matthew McConaughey.
Have not seen it, aware of it.
Basically a lot of romance movies that my mom really, really liked.
And also, that fucking tan was Timo Supremo in this movie.
Yeah.
By God.
Yeah.
Like Christian, just sweating pissed. He can't wait to write a joke about her dead relatives. Like, just heat the heat, brother.
Yeah.
We were there.
So basically, we had a good time. Go watch the movie.
Yeah.
Also, stop giving T-Pain shit. He's great.
Who's still giving T-Pain shit?
Usher.
Usher.
Put him on the list, right next to Cusack.
Oh God.
It's like that fucking list from Billy Madison.
Yeah, pretty much. Or Jericho's list. Just a whole scroll of people that the podcast doesn't much like.
I saw a TikTok of somebody just reenacting that scene from Billy Madison. Got like just stupid fucking likes. I was always like, well, I'm just gonna like recreate episodes of Wheel of Fortune with the wheel over here.
Well, I mean, that's just member berries. Somebody going, hey, remember this? I remember that.
It's that good nostalgia juice right in your veins.
I guess technically I did one. It was about fucking Edge of Tomorrow. Like somebody was like, hey, check out this new copy of the movie. And I was like, hey, you remember that time? They were like, actually, it's Live, Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow. I was like, I don't have a joke for this. I just want to see if y'all remember this shit.
I'm still mad they did that.
People are like, actually, I'm like, no, fuck, no. The DVD cover art says otherwise.
There you go.
Big font means big things. I don't know what the fuck. Sarah Jessica Parker was good.
Yeah.
I thought Nick Cage was really good. I just have not talked about his performance at all. I thought he was solid. Pretty all around. We got a little bit of crazy, but it wasn't like too over the top.
No, it was funny how he made his crazy almost seem like it was kind of normal.
It was very believable that
Yeah.
that character would act that way faced with those situations.
When he's like talking to, especially like when he's talking to James Caan's kids, when he comes to the house in Hawaii.
Yeah.
his eye acting in this movie.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
the airport scene with
Ben Stein.
Thank you. That was a nice little cameo.
Another star of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Pat Morita
Yeah.
was a taxi driver.
Fucking fucked me up seeing him without a stash.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I am not gonna lie. I was not ready for that shit.
But no, every performance was really good.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was just a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
The
I
bad
did
guys,
too.
little
It was a
henchmen
good
that
time.
could all had to stop chasing the Sarah Jessica Parker to eat food in a kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked good.
That dude. Now I think about it, that guy. The guy who ate all the time was in Goodfellas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So many people.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
don't know his name.
Movie full of character actors.
Yeah.
Just so many good things. Ray Romano's dad.
Yeah.
Then-
Wasn't the guy that played Bobby Sixkiller in Renegade in that too? Like he played like a background character. I want to say a cop or something. When they're
I'm not familiar.
okay, but I mean he used to have like a mullet when he was on Renegade.
I've
That show
never
with
seen
Loren-
Renegade.
The
What is
show with-
Renegade?
the one with Lorenzo Lamas.
Who is that?
Never watched anything. With
Okay,
Richard
never mind.
Lamas.
Never mind. I'm just
Nope.
I mean, if
I don't know about that. Frank, shut up.
if we're just throwing out old shows that nobody remembers, I can go with
guess,
Demon Knight and Nightman.
Oh god, Nightman.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Lamas was in the
you
first
about a little
Grease
indie cartoon
and had a crush on
called
Olivia Newton-John. He played the jock. That Lorenzo Lamas played the jock in
I
Grease.
know who Lorenzo Lamas
Yeah.
is.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't
Still
know
don't.
The other guy.
I'm saying I've never seen anything with
Gotcha,
Lorenzo Lamas
gotcha.
in it. I know of him.
Like the old shows like Gunsmoke, Bonanza.
You guys remember that Heath Ledger movie where he had the spear that pierced the side of Christ and it lasted 4 episodes and ended on a cliffhanger? It's called Roar.
What?
Yeah, look that shit up.
No.
That was like his first major role.
Listeners.
He was like a barbarian of some kind. He found the spear of Christ and it possessed him and made him evil, and the show got canceled. That is almost as big of a thing as the end of Alf, where he's captured by the government and never seen again.
Don't talk about the end of
Alf.
Man,
That's
talk
the ending
about a
of
show that needs to come back.
Right?
Like he just and make the first episode like the biggest budgeted fucking jail breakout fucking scene you've ever seen in your life.
By the way, when's that figure coming, Justin?
I don't know. Eventually.
I know.
And then go straight to how it was shot normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. I wasn't making any of that up.
That is
Roar.
a hell of a poster.
Oh yeah.
That's Roar. Yeah, that was a show.
Wowzer Bowser.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, how Ryan Gosling played young Hercules in a prequel show on the Disney Channel to the Kevin Sorbo Hercules show.
God, I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
You were
that.
welcome for all of that.
Ryan Gosling, yeah, he did start off as a Disney kid, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, sure did.
I forget about that. Holy fucking shit.
Whole bunch of weird shit up in this noggin, I tell you what.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's weird. I watched a lot of Disney. If anything, I probably watched a lot more Disney Channel growing up than I was like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network. Yeah,
I remember Fergie being in Kids Incorporated. Nobody remembers Kids Incorporated?
What is that?
I'm not that old.
I would watch Nick at Night too.
Trying to
I watched
think.
a lot of old shows there. These happy days are yours and mine.
Yeah. That was always the thing about Nickelodeon. When Nick at Night came on, it was just like boring.
Kids Incorporated was Disney Channel solely. So,
I didn't watch that much.
Are you calling Dick Van Dyke boring?
how dare you?
You son of a
How
bitch.
dare you?
That's
How
right.
dare
Fight me.
I will
Oh,
rip
you
that
were-
pop
you-
shirt off. You don't deserve to wear what they're wearing.
You just made the list.
Sweet.
I'm gonna fucking write it in lipstick on the wall.
And I'll
Don't let
clean
Frank hear
it
you.
up afterwards.
Why would you do that? That was a good bit. That's funny.
Well,
Watch Honeymoon in Vegas and
Nicolas
then
Cage
leaving
landed.
Las Vegas after he lands. He already said the bit. Damn it.
yes, watch Honeymoon in Vegas. It's the fun one. Leaving Las Vegas is the sad one. That's the Oscar one.
Yeah.
Honeymoon was fun.
Leaving, not so fun.
Leaving, not so fun.
Oh,
Leaving,
man.
depressing.
We still have to watch Leaving.
Yeah.
It's because you're broke.
Well, yeah. Actually, like Leaving Las Vegas, the title's
A little misleading.
a little misleading.
Yeah.
Anyway, want to thank everybody for listening to the show. This was a fun one. I enjoyed this.
Yes. Yeah. It's a good time.
So we'll do the plugs. We'll head out of here. Cannon.
Yes.
Where can the people find you, you social media influencer, you?
Well, they can find me at that Canon guy on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Goodreads, and the TikTok. Sandman, what are you doing here? Oh, shit.
You made your own kendo stick.
I fucking did, and I'm proud of this. I'm shocked nobody at work was like, what the fuck are you doing? No one stopped me. I was trying to be sneaky about it,
Like
though. I was
9
just
of
like,
the people you work with are all friends.
well, yeah, but yeah, I was like basically making a kind of a weapon at work. It's not a real weapon, y'all. It's literally like pieces of Cora board, and it just sounds like it hurts. It really doesn't. I don't know. You can probably fuck up somebody with a sunburn with this.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would feel very well fun.
Sorry, that was a long plug. Jeremy, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Toons Cosmic Reality. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Backwards Hero, and I'm also on Twitch.tv/Backwards Hero for randomly streaming video games and talking sometimes.
Cool. Emilio.
The only thing I'm plugging is my Instagram, SuperChico80. Just toy photography, man.
It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Only thing I'm plugging is my butt. No.
And you can find me, Captain Chimmy's Kind of Art, Captain Chimmy's Almost Music, Captain Chimmy's Toy Box. You can also find me at the comic strip here in Tuscaloosa. I sell comics. It's a good time. We have a merch store if you want to support the show. tpublic.com/user/Cajun Greatness. Also, if you want to leave us some reviews, maybe some interaction on the social media, we've been getting a lot more of that. We want to thank you. That's very validating.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
very
you.
nice. Shout out to our listeners from the all around the world, like Dublin. We love you.
Love you.
Tappahannock.
Love you.
A lot of Oklahoma City lately.
Okay, see.
Some
Love you.
Great Britain.
Love you.
A lot of good stuff.
Love
God,
you.
he's broken.
Love you.
Steubenville.
Leave us some more reviews. Do some social media stuff. Just say hi. We enjoy that.
Hi.
And join us next week for another episode of our spinoff to a spinoff of a spinoff, Travolting Development. Cannon, do we know what we're watching yet?
Well, yes, actually. And we're going to do it because of some sad news, unfortunately. But I think we're going to go ahead and knock Grease out in honor of
Olivia Newton.
Oh, shit!
Come on, man.
I was starting. Thank you for helping me out there. But yes, we're going to go ahead and knock that one out in memoriam.
Just shows you're not hopefully devoted to her.
I mean, Travolta's in it.
Yeah.
All right.
You know the fan theory about
gonna
that.
be,
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we'll get to it probably.
Cliffhanger.
Spoiler, fan theory, she was dead the whole time.
Probably.
They both were.
Later.
Anyway,
Frank, put the dick. God damn it, Frank.
We,
Shut the fuck out.
we'll see you next week with special guest Postman Frank. He'll actually be on the show.
Really?
We're not throwing him around. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, clear your schedule, Frank.
Okay, the mail never stops. Goodbye.
Thank you all for listening. And in case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I need to watch the Truman Show.
It's so good.
I know.
How absurd.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
How absurd.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.